Hello and welcome to Week 3 of Academy Rush. I'm James Dash Patterson, and I'll be your guide through today's Academy action. We'll be bringing you the highlights on this channel, but if you're looking for dedicated streams, check out the links that you see on your screen right now to catch all those feeds. And with the business out of the way, let's go ahead and take a look at the day's events. Academy Rush starts with 4 simultaneous games where we'll jump around and bring you all the action, followed by a showcase match at the end of the day. Coco the Dragon brings you Evil Geniuses versus CLG, where the new EG pickups, Onda and 5Fire, have been tearing it up since joining the roster. On the other hand, CLG still looks to find their first win and a sense of identity. Loud Thoughts, he joins the cast to cover Team Liquid versus FlyQuest, where Revenge and FlyQuest aim to bounce back after a rough 0-2 week versus Tactical, who, despite being a standout on Team Liquid, still sits at the bottom of the standings. Riv will cover Golden Guardians opposite TSM, where a Blaze Olive faces his former team. We'll see if he or his replacement Evolved gets the upper hand. And then Pastry Time will be bringing you through Immortals versus 100 Thieves, where Immortals continues to surprise as Alorum aims to get the better of Fake God. And at the end of it all, TLA's mid laner Yusui will be joining us for the final game of the day, where Cloud9 will aim to hand Dignitas their first loss. We're going to jump right into Golden Guardians versus TSM. Both teams are sitting at 2-2. Let's get into it and see what team will come out with a winning record.
Before the LCS starts for another weekend. We are into week 3. It is going by so fast. I'm Rivington III bringing this one to you live, and we're going to see what the Academy teams have for us today during Academy Rush. Golden Guardians versus TSM, tied in the standings here in the Academy side of things. And both teams have been looking pretty fantastic. We're going to have to see what they have for each other here today. Academy runs the same 9 weeks as the LCS does, with a bit different of a playoff, with just those final 6 teams going on to playoffs, or the top 6, I should say, and then the top 2 getting those buys. So it's always good to be in first place. It's always good to feel like you're up there, and we'll see if these teams can continue to put the wins in the correct column. Looking at the picks and bans on this, 3 were thrown right at Zion Spartan to start things off with the Set, the Mord, and the Aatrox. So he has actually played all 3 of these throughout the first few weeks of games. And they're recognizing that on the side of TSM. Also going with the Syndra bot. Can't deny this. We're looking at it right now. And it is Gorica on the Syndra. Getting hooked in. Not looking good. Severum is going to be there, but not a level 2 for loss. So he cannot throw down with his Q ability. Great damage to start, though. That is a teleport back to lane for Gorica. There is no heal down there. They're going to have to play very safe, so good that they have the range. Dokla getting pushed off up top here. They're trying to get advantages all over the map to start things off on the side of Golden Guardians after seeing TSM push bottom onto Gorica. So who he's going to get back to lane there, it is Aphelios and Nautilus versus the Syndra and Thresh. Seeing Hard and Speak go back and forth. We have Conqueror junglers in the jungle doing what they do best, and it seems like they're just going to taunt each other back and forth. The pings are coming in. Lane pressure's already being asserted here, I think, by Zion, as you see Dokla's step back. He's already got that damage on still. And I think they're going to really just wait each other out here. I'm waiting to see where this 200 IQ plays out, or if it just fizzles down to 0, if you know what I'm talking about. Okay. So he looks like he's going to try to push him off. Cassiopeia pressure could come down towards the top side. Speaker just doesn't want to deal with it. He wants to start his jungle, maybe. We're just going to get a dance. I like this. How far is Treats going to go? He's hooking up towards top. Treats is now going to start rotating around, and he's been pinged out. I wonder what they're going to try to work on towards mid here. They're at least adding pressure. They want the mid gank, and then they'll have Hard if he's still in the jungle. So it looks like they're going to try to go for a Blaze Olive as they rotate around the map. What a start. I should say lack thereof. Nobody's starting. A bit of laning phase going on for the bot and the top laners, but this is just the dance in the jungle, and we will see who has the better moves and strategy. Choreographed now, it seems, by TSM. A smite onto the Raptor camp to get a bit more health back there. Blaze Olive is going to get hit up as well, and now they can trade back. Summoner spells are being used as Ignite comes down. Speaker tries to get his smite out as well, but it's not going to be enough. Flash, and he goes down too by the hands of a Blaze Olive as he flashes forward. What a hectic early game. It all comes down to how much are you going to give up in lanes or even in your own jungle. What price will be paid, and hopefully this pays off. We have to see what that return on investment is, because a lot of things.
Well, I'm not so sure what I just witnessed there in the jungle. Hard finally making it to level 2 and stealing that red buff away. Over to Immortals, 100 Thieves. Both teams currently sitting at 3-1.
Some of the area actually ahead in contracts on XP right now, but he's back for this mid lane play. Interesting to see this one kind of be forced here by 100 Thieves. Actually going to have a counter gank as well in the back by Potluck, who's also behind the enemy Raptors. Breezy also roaming up from the bot lane there, so could be a 3v2. Stun's going to miss. Now Breezy's going to be here. Contracts the surprise factor. Over the wall he goes with the ward hop, but just getting the flash out of Insanity. And Potluck with the support roaming up smartly did not try and go for the counter engage there. So Insanity does dodge a bullet there as Contracts and Breezy look for another visit. But no damage done here in the mid lane. Still first blood on the table for these teams to claim his Insanity with a heal he found in a balloon. Gonna go ahead and use that to clear these waves out. Saligo already backing off. Got himself that early Amp Tome and a Doran's Ring to join that potion and the control ward that he has as well. Back in top lane though, Fake God I think certainly been one of the top performers here for 100 Thieves. Really back where he started. When he moved up into the LCS and brought Someday down, so 100 Thieves could balance kind of where they needed some of their shot calling, some of their leadership, that had too many imports. The Fake God dutifully stepped up. Did struggle at times in the LCS, but for the most part was just kind of left playing weak side and looked fine. Now back here in Academy, certainly somewhere where he can exert his will more over the league, looking to reclaim that position as best top in the league. Certainly has been on form to do so here. Counter pick against Alorum's set. Good blast of damage though from the Haymaker. Fake God should be just fine. Gonna eat the oranges and BK. Got that grass proccing as well. As Contracts once again sneaking into a lane, staying fairly far behind Potluck as far as XP goes. But again, wanting to just favor some of these gank timings more. Potluck actually maybe gonna go over the wall. Is spotted on that ward though, so IMT have great knowledge of what's happening. A good make it rain. Leona goes in, and Gate can look for the kill. Here's Potluck again. Breezy dancing back forward. Here's the 3v3. They might go for it. Potluck is tagged. Contract zooms in. He gets knocked up. That could be very bad news. The stun's going to land from Gate. And first blood over. But it's going to be donated back as Prismal able to get the counter kills. Here's the Lauren, the showstopper in. He's already level 6. Into Breezy he goes, and that's going to be the follow-up kill. As Apollo able to slay Prismal as well. A well-timed TP from the IMT top laner. And they come out ahead in that play.
Skirmish in the bot lane means Immortals comes out on top. 3 for 1 is that trade. Over to Golden Guardians TSM, where it looks like Golden Guardians picked themselves up a nice early kill.
Golden Guardians are just kind of running the playbook right now. I wonder if they have more up their sleeve because, like I said, that kind of tempo early, not that it needs to be kept up, I said it was going to fall off if something big doesn't happen. That's exactly what Hard and the rest of the team are trying to do, but answered back just as quick. The Nautilus Aphelios lane gets a kill for themselves. Are they turning it around already for TSM? Gonna have the Infernum into the lockdown. Gravitum Q is on cooldown, so he can't hit it just yet. He's trying to stay in range with that slow, and you can see the ability coming through there as Gorica gets paused under his turret in that route for a moment. Lost and Treats getting a great combo of weapons to get pushed forward, understand what to do with them as Lost is able to lock down Gorica for a moment. Heal was used there to get themselves pushed up as well and make sure that fight would be in their favor. And we see Huhi now coming back to lane. They'll have to be careful as there's a lot of crowd control that Huhi and Gorica can put on to just kind of win the lane by bits of damage being taken off of your health bar. Not all at once, just
a kill traded back for TSM's bot lane. Now over for our first look at TL versus FlyQuest. FlyQuest having picked themselves up a nice early Infernal Drake.
On the bot side of the map, though, Mash throws out the bullet time in order to try and get some extra damage down onto Cal. This is not going to really result in much, just trying to shove out the way more than anything else, and so he can get a good back timer here. Has stacked up just about 45 out of 100 of those stacks on the Cole. So, they're slowly working towards that itemization goal, is able to find a BF sword for themselves. But now that we have a little bit of lull in the action, something I want to point out here is just a couple of these star players that we have coming in. Tactical on the bot side. An absolute menace we've seen in the past couple of days, past couple of weeks for Academy Rush, putting up some high numbers and some high DPS for himself. And on the other side of the map, though, Fnatic and Revenge both showing up very strong as a topside duo, Revenge especially, highlighting kind of the focus FlyQuest Academy has on their top lane. But hold on, Triple tries to go in. That is going to be Yasuo also following it up with an ultimate of his own. First blood going over to Fnatic there, but they're going to try and keep this one going as Mash finds a second kill, and Braum on the top side is able to find the Tom Kench, a 3 for 0, and first blood going over to FlyQuest Academy. Instead, they're going to be, now that they have picked up that triple kill, they're going to be rotating their way over to this Rift Herald. A fantastic early objective.
Plus the Rift Herald puts FlyQuest squarely in the driver's seat in this one. Over to Immortals 100 Thieves, where it looks like Immortals has extended their lead just a bit.
100 Thieves were able to get control back of that 2v2 pretty easily with the Zaya, despite the 2-0-1 start here for Apollo. But again, not going to last long here. They might just try and dedicate to the Drake. Level 4 only for Contracts. The Drake gets stolen. Contracts goes down. That's an absolute disaster. As the Void Rush from Potluck will secure the second kill onto Prismal. Breezy out of there. He's forced to flash over the wall. A stun there from Soligo denies any potential follow-up, but IMT everywhere. Just making plays across the bot side of the map. 5-1 in kills and the Infernal Drake. That 100 Thieves.
This one's all Apollo, sitting at 3-0-2 on that misfortune. We'll see if he can bring home the victory as we hop back over to EG versus CLG. Still killless in this game.
New chapter in his story here in Academy and seeing if he can possibly, make for a name for himself. But hold on. Fragus, we're in some trouble there, buddy. Onda, again, getting hooked up, took some harassment. Aphelios with that sniper shot is going to be able to get some Severin procs. At this point, you're still about to hit that time as well with Aphelios, where he's going to be running out of a gun's ammunition. He's going to be getting a new one, and that's the big question here is what gun is he going to get? Because that can change up the next 5 minutes of the game, right? If he gets something more obnoxious to deal with in these skirmishes, say possibly, I believe, what is it, the slowdown? It's not Crescendo, but you know what I'm talking about. Big little lobbing mortar gun to help with the slows to take that one out. Can possibly help sort of prioritize things a little bit more, but that is Rift Herald taken away with EG having that one going over to Onda, and now you have tempo in the back pocket for Evil Geniuses Academy. Deus, taking a brutal amount of damage here. There's Call of the Forge God. Force the flash early. That's just an easy setup for Brandini and Deus. What are you doing, bud? This is not where you want to be. First blood with the Ornhorn. Brandini showing him what a veteran is in Academy. God bless you. As an Ornn main, love seeing it. Love taking it down. Whether it's a Gangplank top or a Soraka top.
First blood solo kill for Brandini there to put one up on the board for EG. Now let's take stock of all 4 of our games. Just a moment here before we hop into our next. Golden Guardians TSM. This one's looking fairly even. 2-3 stands the scoreline. Essentially 0 gold separating the two teams. We're still waiting for it to break.
I guessed you could hit that. Unfortunate. Trying to clear out that ward on the other side of the map. Pings towards top. They say we don't know where Dokla is. He is coming back. And they're going to switch once more. It's going to be the Drake control that they want back. Now we swap it in. Shelly will be in the hands of Hard, as we were saying. So if it is going to be a big fight for Drake, maybe they just go topside. They are going to keep 3 there. Gorka is going to be pushing now with Huhi. They may be able to push Dokla off the turret. Ornhorn comes out quite early. Looks to get quite a bit of those minions cleared before they are going to get too close to his turret. And even with that Ornhorn, now he can't bring it to the team fight on the bot side. Maybe even just hold that if you know your turret's going to go down. If they can get it to 2 plates, this drops right away. So close. Ooh, just a sliver. You hate to see it, but still great. They're going to take it down. Nothing wrong there. Bot will drop quickly.
That turret secured does give Golden Guardians a small advantage in this one. However, the game still quite close. Over to Immortals 100 Thieves. Let's see if Immortals is utilizing that 3K gold lead to help close this one out.
Moving to take their next objective. Not sure 100 Thieves have much to try and play for here. So we'll just have to give the Drake over. Can again still look to Soligo, look to FLICKR, the 2 top performers early in the season here for 100 Thieves. Have gold going, have decent scaling, certainly champions they're capable of carrying games on. But Insanity's starting to get the mid shoved in, he's just going to poke where he can. Soligo has finally pushed this wave back up, but he knows he can't stay for too much longer as Alorum roams up to catch the wave there in top. It's a really strong early game from Immortals, honestly. That 1 TP from Alorum, and it's the presence from Apollo Gate and Potluck, all contributing to this good early game lead. Essence Reaver now also done for Apollo. So Extremely strong MF.
Immortals sitting in a pretty position here against 100 Thieves. We're jumping over to Team Liquid FlyQuest. This one an absolute smash so far in favor of the Tree Quest.
Simply flash away from the Cataclysm, but in the mid side, MASH going forward, getting a ton of damage. He's going to be able to drop the bullet time, and it's a great pick up there by MASH, finding a huge chunk onto Tactical. Cal just not really respecting the amount of trade and consuming Varus faster there. So a pickup, a solo kill for MASH and JJ. Meanwhile, topside though, Jenkins might find a solo kill for himself. The Starfall comes out, is not going to be able to find it onto Revenge, but Fnatic and JJ are here for the backup. Cataclysm comes out, he's trying to force the flash early. JJ jumps into the pit, they're going to try and get concussive blows down. They will be able to find it. The Braum ultimate also dropped. Jenkins drops his ultimate though, trying to get away from this one. The exhaust used in order to stall for more time. Just look at this pure amount of healing. Jenkins is not falling down. One more concussive blows and an extra auto attack should mean the kill, but this Soraka just doesn't die in the top side. Absolutely obnoxious champion up there. You see the amount of healing from the ultimate, you see the amount of healing from the Qs that you can just constantly throw out, and when you have ninja tabbies, Jarvan's not doing damage to you, Revenge isn't doing damage to you, so you just survive forever, forcing out multiple ultimates and an exhaust there. Sure, Jenkins used both of his summoners, his ultimate as well, but you have just absorbed so much pressure on the top side of the map and absorbed two of the best team fighting ultimates coming out by FlyQuest Academy here. No Braum ult, no Jarvan ult, so anytime that there's going to be a fight in the next, 45 seconds or so.
The famed Soraka top lane goes down in the 3 versus 1. That's going to continue. FlyQuest smash over to Immortals, 100 Thieves. This one, again, 3K gold lead for Immortals, invading on the blue buff, looking to really break this one open.
Breezy solo player in place. But Breezy didn't have Prism to dash back to, so the ulti wasted. Here comes Saligo, might have the Unleashed power ready. Insanity though, also dipping over the wall. The bullet time could be very well positioned here for Apollo. But Immortals don't want to play too aggressively here. Deciding against going too deep in the enemy jungle. And Apollo will just return to hitting the tower here in bot lane, about a plate and a half left, although the plates have now dropped off, of course. Prism looking for Gate. Gate trying to be the bait. Gets knocked up though, maybe a little too far forward. Good stopwatch though, Potluck, here he goes! Bullet time is good. Breezy will get Gate with the Ignite, but Void Rush gonna take down another as Potluck's on a killing spree. That'll be the tower as well for IMT. Just feels so unfair sometimes, and the enemy team is always in the right place. Gate, I thought he was just giving it away. They had a plan all along, extremely well played, despite the fact that he does die to Breezy's Ignite. We'll take the 1 for 2 and the tower any day.
The aggression from 100 Thieves punished there as Immortals continues to separate themselves in that game. Evil Geniuses, CLG, checking back in on this for the second Rift Herald spawn, going back over to EG. Fantastic objective control they've had all game.
It's Avanda. Ever since the entrance of Fire, and it's now a party-wide buff to a point, right? Like, Brandini's playing a lot better than he did in week 1. You have Deftly and Matt. Their synchronicity is a lot better, and that's what I was expecting and trying to watch for Matt and Deftly since their entry here for the 2020 season, is they weren't as synchronized as they used to. Yes, they played together previously on different teams and on different Academy teams as well, but that week 1 was pretty rough for them. And going in now against CLG, who, yes, it's bottom of the rung, this is one of those games that they're using it to warm up and prepare for the coming storm, preparing against another team that is a lot stronger. FlyQuest Academy is what they're going to be playing against on Monday, so keep an eye on that one and sort of see how well they're going to be able to translate skills. But Phil, he finds a fight here, but it's immediately disengaged by the stopwatch and flashed away from Matt. And now we see the Dragon priority has just spawned. You have CLG having the flank and the advantage. They could look for a really good kill here as they go ahead and disengage. Gonna go see if they can take it. Their actual objective control is all right, but they kill the objective a lot faster, especially with Aphelios. He does have Sniper. Second gun is going to be Flamethrower. So this is really good for a team fight. You know CLG wants to find this right here, right now. Rift Herald is spawned. Brandini goes ahead and disengages. Fragus finds Onda and obliterates him with the help of Tuesday. Stopwatch comes in from Fragus as well, gets him out. Fire extremely low. You need to get out of there, buddy. Deus is on the hunt Tuesday has Flash. He could look at any time to look for those kills. Phil is able to get the hook, secures the kill onto Brandini, and this is the first Dragon over to CLG, playing it perfectly the way they needed to manipulate the members of Elo Geniuses.
CLG still hunting for that first victory of the split, but off of that skirmish, they're sitting pretty with a small advantage in this one. We'll check back in a bit later. Over to Golden Guardians TSM, our two teams tied at 2-2. We'll see which way this one looks like it's going. Big engage right off the top.
Go down quickly here. Maybe he gets kicked out to safety. Throws down that stopwatch he bought very early into the game. Oh, wow. What a save on that ultimate from Gorka. I thought it was a Blaze Olive at first. Fight's still going, though. Kalibermal coming in with the Severum on the offhand, and there's a kill for Lost. As this one continues a lot quicker than I thought it would. A Blaze Olive now trying to put Fangs into Dokla. The tank's going down pretty quick. There's the Seraph Shield, and he's still going to be going in for more. There's another kill for a Blaze Olive. The Infernum damage coming out with Severum is huge from Lost. It's absolutely ridiculous. Everybody was there to get caught in the damage as he just started unleashing the power. A triple kill for Lost, and he comes up huge in the fight. You hate to see it, but you love to see it. A Blaze Olive's moves forward. Like we said, it had to be quick for Gorica, a Blaze Olive, and the rest of the team. You cannot stay inside that fight pit for too long versus TSM. And when you do, you get turned to shreds in the blender. What a fight coming up there. And we will now see the first Ocean Drake.
Triple kill for Lost brings him to 6-0 on that Aphelios, looking to run this one home without a death. Let's jump on over to Team Liquid FlyQuest. Haven't seen much of this, but honestly, there hasn't been much to see as FlyQuest is absolutely throwing the hammer down.
Baron as quickly as possible. Instead, they're going to be rotating through the mid lane, providing more mid pressure, making sure that Revenge is safe to take this red buff, take it away from the likes of Tactical, from the likes of Yusui. Do not want to give those guys any kind of pressure with their auto attack, since these are auto attack reliant champions. But regardless of that top side of the map, Baron is alive. Look at the ward coverages on the top side. For the side of FlyQuest, you have a pink in the pit, you have a pink in the river, you have the Scuttle Crab, you have wards behind the Baron pit, but what they really need to be doing here is try and push that ward coverage up into the entrance of TL's blue buff side of the map in order to get some kind of ward coverage of enemy opponents that are starting to work their way into the Baron pit. Again, they're going to be able to pick up this Scuttle Crab. It looks like it was actually just a zombie ward there that was giving them vision in the center of that river. Taking a while in order to try and set up this Baron. Do not want to rush too fast. I think it would have been a good opportunity for them with the Glacial Prison down for Mike Young. Not having a whole lot of extra engage besides that, but Yusui trying to solo out this top lane turret instead, and Triple is going to be there to respond in order to try and match this one up, and an engage coming in by Mike Young there. It's going to be able to provide Yusui a way in for the ultimate, but he was not prepared for the turnaround coming in as Fnatic and JJ were there as well. Now Cataclysm coming out onto Mike Young will provide the perfect pickoff to the jungler, while Revenge this entire time gets the dragon on the bottom side of the map. So you make a play on the top side, get 2 extra kills, and you get the dragon for free. This is going to result in a free Baron coming in for FlyQuest Academy, popping off in this early game and rotating it through some fantastic macro play in order to keep up the pressure. There's no wards in this pit. TL has to know that it's going on, but they don't have a jungler, so there's no way that they can pressure this. They don't have a smite. They don't have a way of engaging this one unless Tactical wants to go for a miracle Q snipe on it, but that's your AD carry that you'd be throwing away, and there would be absolutely a turn play on that. So FlyQuest able to secure a Baron here off of the back of a couple of fantastic macro plays, and Mike Young really kind of dropping the ball on that one, showing up on the top side. They didn't have the ward coverage in order to know how many people of FlyQuest are going to be there for that fight. And so you show jungler on the top side of the map, there's going to be no smite to contest bottom side for this dragon, and then you die in that gank, which means that you give over the smite completely for free, and now the Baron is an absolute easy objective for the side of FlyQuest in order to pick up there. At this point, it should be looking to be doing at least a 1-4 split lane here. Immediately we see Revenge on the top side of the map. He is going to be trying to pressure this inner turret, but a Fnatic Death Push coming out by the side of TL. Flash away by Triple there in order to keep himself safe from that Varus ultimate. Fantastic job to prevent that pick from going through, and now immediately Team Liquid has to back off here, knowing that the rest of FlyQuest Academy will be on their way down to the bottom side of the map, and meanwhile Revenge absolutely for free picks up that topside inner turret. He's going to keep this one going. Tactical and Cal are going to clear out the mid wave and then try and respond on the top side of the map. But now the rest of FlyQuest Academy is able to make their way down into the bottom side and start pressuring this bot lane inhibitor turret. Revenge also sticking around, keeping that Baron empowered minions through the top side. Bot lane inhibitor turret goes down, but a great glacial fissure coming out by Mike Young there in order to try and pick off the triple. Unfortunately, he's going to be able to walk away from that one. JJ trying to re-engage here. He's not going to be able to find too much as Mike Young backs out. And now they're just looking for the objectives here. Revenge is able to pick up the inhibitor turret on the top side of the map. Meanwhile, MASH finds an inhibitor on the bottom side after they just previously picked up the turret. Now they're going to immediately rotate over to the top side. Stun does not land, but a great Q coming up by JJ does, and Tactical chunked out there by just a little bit of damage. A couple of skill shots coming out by JJ and MASH. Triple forced to use the ultimate or keep Yusui away, but the re-engage flag, drag, flash coming out by Fnatic there is able to pick up a kill onto Yusui. Meanwhile, JJ on the front line is able to find a 4-man ultimate. Bullet time comes out, Revenge goes in, and it's a clean sweep here by FlyQuest Academy. They're able to find the 0-for-5 ace and an absolutely commanding victory coming out by FlyQuest Academy. First Nexus turret goes down, second Nexus turret goes down. This one, clean, simple, easy play by FlyQuest Academy. Too strong of an early game, too weak of an early game, and it's going to be a victory.
And that's the end of that. FlyQuest with a near perfect game over Team Liquid Academy. No deaths, only giving away a dragon. Let's check in with TSM Golden Guardians. 3 kills picked up for TSM since the last time we saw them.
And we're going to start testing each other's damage now. Just a bit of back and forth, seeing who can flex harder. They know they have the pink ward vision in this brush. One ward's going to be laid out. Treats gets hit. That's a grab onto Gorka. He's going to stop watch immediately. The ultimate coming in from Lost just missed. The follow-up damage can still be enough. He gets a kill onto a Blaze Olive and becomes legendary, as it is a kill onto Hard coming in from Evolve. Zion Spartan trying to make it out of this one. And second Ocean Drake. This is Soul. This is huge for TSM. Hard's out of the map. Nobody's even going to try for it. And Elder becomes next as TSM take full control of this game. It should kind of just be a walk to whatever objective they have. The fight's now completely in their favor. And Golden Guardians, the bar, if it was on kind of hard mode, just went to very hard mode against TSM. These fights are going to be tough to win, and you're going to have a Baroned up TSM to boot on top of all of the stats that they
4 Drakes and a Baron for TSM means they're feeling good about their position in this one. The bot lane Treats and Lost, though, really putting on the carry pants for the squad. Immortals, 100 Thieves. Immortals up 11-2 in kills. Let's see how they utilize their advantage to maybe take down some inner turrets.
Go time for the next objective. More bubbles continuing. Insanity, oh, just barely misses the portal jump on that one. That was old Zoe technology. Oh, Breezy, hello. Asleep. Dead. Apollo walks up, doesn't even need it. Insanity with the ignite, had it. And now they'll just siege mid, why not? This Zoe is such a pest. Contract's just to the left, has to recall, can't save this tower, and he knows it. Prismal trying to force them away. Alorum busy in the bot lane. That's 6 towers now for Immortals. Looking to put perhaps a record-breaking performance for themselves here. This game is flown by. Breezy dead for 4 more seconds. 100 Thieves now out of position for this potential Drake contest. I don't even know if they can get back here in time to try and save it. Mid lane is so long with the tier 2 fallen. Insanity's still there, and it's not a chance. Immortals able to take 4 straight Drakes. Mountain Soul done at under 24 minutes. So we're gonna sing a song back to base.
That's a good look for Immortals there. Pop, pop goes the Recon, and so do 2 inner turrets. Over to TSM Golden Guardians. Let's see how TSM's making use of that Baron buff they just picked up.
Dokla now towards the bot side. Ornhorn is up. The minion waves are not being pushed in around the map, but they do have Baron, and they're using this time to their advantage, and rightly so. With Hard down, there's no reason to try and get the other lanes pushed up. If you can continue to take down your opponent one after the other, you push forward, you forge on, and possible Nexus turrets. Very sub 30 minutes here for TSM. Minions just banging on those turrets now. Dokla staying in front, Treats on the back line, making sure his AD carry does not get hit, as Dokla still taunts on that front line, clearing out minions so do not push away. Another wave coming in right now. I wonder if they stay for it or they head back. And it looks like they are going to head back. The map is starting to wane in their favor here, so they can get a few of these minion waves going for them. Also set up some vision for the objective that will be coming up. You never know. Golden Guardians could get a crazy steal onto Elder Drake, but it would be a hard chance to go for it. 43.3 to 47,000 now on the side of TSM. We've seen that money catapult up now due to just kills around the map. Infinity Edge upgrade.
From here, we're jumping to 100 Thieves Immortals in the base. Let's see if 100 Thieves can mount the defense to keep this game alive.
Needs to be. As IMT with the Baron will look to try and siege down the final few structures of 100 Thieves. Tower not going to last long. Sanity looking, does get Breezy down to half health. The Protobelt Proxel executes there. Alorum tries to finish it off with a Haymaker, but alas, cannot find another kill. Again, bullet time on the contracts. He got locked up by Gate, I believe, but oh goodness, he's diving in there. Gives the third kill over finally as Potluck goes a bridge too far. Counter ulti back, 100 Thieves in a 5v4 might have something here. But Insanity just, I think, putting an end to that notion. Have to guide these waves in. Play the patience game. They don't have a jungler. It's going to spawn when the Elder Dragon's up. But that's also a 4-bite plan they can look for as well. And 100 Thieves cannot eat too many autos or Zoe bubbles or Lorem W's with the set Haymaker. Just lots of stuff to avoid. Insanity, again, with impunity. Chucking skill shots wherever he pleases. Does short that one over the wall. But Potluck returns. Moving back out onto the map. I think IMT will have to take a breather from their sieges as Alarm just fighting contracts. Insanity also here as well. Shows up a burn set. Just so tanky as the Serax procs. And Gady's found the flank. Prisma with a decent cleanse. Does have his flash as well. Will get out safely. As Contracts also zips over the wall to make sure he doesn't fall either. Cleanse popped. Insanity looking for that next bubble. Doesn't find it onto Prismal. But Gate and Apollo trying to finish off the Nexus. Get one tower. Going for the next. Alorum flash face breaker in. Gets Prismal pulled over the wall as he flashes out the opposite side of the map. Insanity will finish that off. And then a 5v4. Insanity going unstoppable. This looks to be the last stages of the game. As Immortals just play the early game so well and never let the snowball stop running down the hill. Insanity just chucking bubbles into the fountain, just making it look real unfun at this stage. Into the fountain he goes, still lives, and the Nexus will fall as well as IMT will claim victory.
A valiant effort by the Thieves, but Immortals does come out victorious, moving to 4-1 on the spring split. EG, CLG, this one's still very much in the throes. Only 3K separated into 2 squads and a full 5-man fight breaking out in the mid lane.
And now that disengagement, but a re-engage coming in from Brandini. Nice knockup as Stixay looking to see if he can survive just a little bit longer. Tuesday getting really jumped on by Onda on that backside. And there's some damage on the Fire. Massive amount of damage. Evil Genius is now limping away. And Brandini is forced to use the stopwatch. Maybe Trouble Bubble does miss the members. And Brandini falls to the hands of Phil. As now it is 5 members to 4 to contest this Infernal Soul. Fragus and Onda are still on the board, so it is still any man's game for this dragon. Fragus starts it up. They smell it out. They just threw that scrying orb over there to catch it, but this time, you know, Evil Geniuses says we'll take the L on that one. We can still come back for it another time. And now movement directly to CLG going into this Baron. They said, look, we saw the recalls. We saw them going back, refilling their health bars. But let's go get this right now. Let's see if we can sneak it out. We have the damage. We have Aphelios. We have Gangplank. But do we have the zoning pressure to force all the members? Brandini is not up for another 8 seconds. Huge amount of damage coming in from Fire. So many members are now blinking low for CLG. And this was a terrible decision for CLG Academy as they are forced to walk away while Baron is still in combat. Half health, going down to a third. Frey is getting zoned out by Fire. Oh, they don't have any vision of this at all. Zoe is able to play it so well. Fire is able to secure this Baron. 4 Evil Geniuses keeps Fragus away. And that is going to be Baron buff for the side of Evil Geniuses Academy.
CLG deny the soul on one side, but lose the Baron on the other. This one's still very much waiting to break. Over GG versus TSM in the mid lane. Let's see if TSM 9-0 to Aphelios. Can they find their opening and close this one out?
And you can still get denied. Treats just has to auto-attack you, depth charge your back line, and they can't add damage. Lost is going to start the Drake by himself. He has Severum and he has a BF sword, so he's overhealing even more shield on that with the Severum ability. He's going to be able to hold that shield for 30 seconds on top of his BF shield, so even a bit bigger for him there to be able to take some burst damage from a team that would love to burst him. Elder Drake down to 5,200. Lost again. Gravitum gun in hand. It looks like they're going to let Elder re-heal. Blaze on the bot side. Great damage on Spica, actually. If he finds him, he'll get the honey fruit. A hook over Huhi. Not going to want any of that hook, and it is just so back and forth. Treats didn't even want one there, and he knew just about what was on the other side of the wall. A Blaze Olive and hard now in the brush, in the pit. Check this out. If he can stay in there, they have to get in there to ward it. It's something you think about. Yeah, the extra brush, they got there. He can still dive in, though. If Treats does not stay in the brush, that's going to be Gravitum over the wall. That means the team gets locked down in a bit of AoE style if they got tagged by the Gravitum gun. Now it's going to be the fight onto Huhi. Blaze Olive stays alive as he now tries to heal off the Bramble back, and it's a party in the Bramble pit. We'll see if they keep it going. Zion's fire and get the explosion from the barrels, but it's not going to be enough, and they push them off. The teleport was used by a Blaze Olive. Gorica is here. He's going to try to teleport back into the fight. Their Nexus turrets are getting hit right now by super minions, and one has gone down. The fight's in. That's going to be a very airborne Huhi, and he may try to get a little bit more damage down, but they stop Elder as they should to take down the opponent as he enters the pit. It's a game of cat and mouse now, and it's very big felines on the side of TSM as they destroy Golden Guardians left and right. More kills coming in for Lost. 10-0-3 on the Aphelios as they get Elder Drake 32 minutes into the game. That is usually all they wrote on this one. The teleports as well are coming in. Evolved can add to the fight immediately as the cavalry comes up, and Gorica's trying to just scatter them back as much as he can. Bot inhibitor will go down again. If you're ever looking for a one-lane game, this is it. All through the bottom lane this game, and they're gonna push it through that inhibitor too. Looks like TSM in the 2-2 matchup as both teams are tied will get the victory. As the Nexus is down to half HP, they'll be able to take the win, and it is going to be TSM moving on to 3-2.
TSM showing some real patience around the Elder Drake as they grab themselves a winning record. With only one game left to play out, EG, CLG, this one dead even in gold. Once again around this Drake.
So you know what? It's totally fine. Take the L again. Now it is a 100% contestation for Dragon Soul for both these teams. Onda has to contest the next one that will be up in 5 minutes, but Baron buff number 2 is up in 90 seconds. As we should expect the Vision to start to migrate back up onto that top side. See if they can get some more pressure, some wave management as well for Evil Geniuses. You can see 5Fire down there as well. See if he can get a push going for his team. Is now all too patient and quiet for this next few seconds as they prepare for the next objective fight over Baron. And so far, again, the story of these two teams. CLG struggling to find their win, struggling to find a sense of real identity in this season. And this just goes for the whole organization too. They're struggling to find these advantages. Somehow they're picking these competitions, but they never truly know which player to highlight. And even though Deus is very much the one we expect to sort of start shining brightly a lot more often, and Stixxay respectively, especially in these Academy games, the fact that he is not so struggling, but he's sort of staying neutral in these situations, tells a tale of discomfort and insecurity. They're just unable to really find themselves in these games. And that's really more of the situation that CLG is fighting. More than EG themselves. It's more of a fight to themselves, but here you go, Cannon Barrage. Are they able to find anyone? Definitely is able to get the shutdown on Senna, excuse me, Fragus was able to kill definitely, as now Tuesday helps out with Stixxay being able to get that kill on Brandini, and perfect timing, as a matter of fact, as Baron is now up 5 members to 3. Sure, you could contest with the Jungle Smite on Onda, but he says, no, let them have it. Let us get some lane priority now. As the Baron buff will go over to CLG. Matt going to be wrangling over to the mid lane. Did they find a catch? Hello, Tuesday. You're in a little bit of trouble. He has to use the cleanse to get out. Flash coming in from Phil secures the kill for Stixxay as Fire goes down for a minute into the Death Realm. Has to respawn. And Nanda, seeing if he can get himself out of here. Still in the thick of it. You got the boots of mobility on Phil's Thresh. Can you play him out? Can you trick him out just a tad? Flag and drag. Oh, he's tricking, trying to get Tuesday. Oh, close. Senna ultimate just missed. Oh, this is awkward. Fire. Yeah, where are you? Onda, run, please. Oh God, there they come. Oh Lord. Oh Lord, oh Lord, Deus, he coming. Oh Lord, they're like, all right, Onda. All right, Onda, your Deus' kill. Oh, Stixxay, you greedy boy. 6-1 though. Nice job, buddy. 6-1, 12 kills to 5. Like, this is weird. This is so weird of a game for me. This is so awkward. I don't know about you guys. This is just like CLG. I feel like is like great, awesome, cool stuff, but it's playing great like exactly into the CLG meme of just false hope. It's like, can they get it? There's 6,000 gold up. They have the Baron buff. They've been finding all of the kills, but why does it still feel like they're losing? What? Like it's not just me, is it? Is it? Oh well. But you know, the game's not over. It's 40 minutes in. 6 kills to 1 on Stixxay. 2 for 1 on Deathly. Sure, you have the Molten Edge. You have all the ornaments. That extra gold is definitely going to good use. But at this stage in time, I'm looking at Deus now, and it's like, all right, we've gotten to the point where Gangplank is starting to gang spank. Like, this is going to be real bad. Oh, Deathly. Don't be out in front, buddy. Tuesday can clap you at any moment in time, and you don't know where Fragus is, and he's been pretty good at finding those kicks onto you and sending you into his own team. Onda, though, able to find the Lee Sin, says hello, but oh, takes a barrel right to the back, and a bullet as well. Onda dropping down to half health as they're able to take that turret in the mid lane. Baron buff is up for just a while longer. Just a few more seconds, don't worry, as long as you're able to keep this turtle shell open. Oh my gosh, Aphelios damage. You have to use that Devour to make sure Deathly is able to stay alive. And that is the problem that now Evil Geniuses is starting to have to take care of themselves. It's not the question of if they're able to handle this flexibility, this burst damage that is Tuesday and Fragus. It's now more of a question of how much damage do we expect Stixxay is going to be able to throw out in these team fights, because this is the point where Aphelios as a champion just becomes so unpredictable and hard to manage. Brandini using the Call of the Forge God a little bit questionably, but hey, this is the Infernal Soul that we were talking about. You have to contest with this, and CLG are able to get the soul. Oh, 4 Infernal Drakes. That is some dummy thick damage here for CLG for the rest of the game, and that's just spelling glorious news here for them, trying to grab their first win, and it's 42 minutes in, and now Evil Geniuses are like, okay, all right, where are we now in this game? What is our objective to this point? Because Deathly and Matt, yeah, sure, you got the Senna Kench, your laning was great, but you weren't able to really take Stixxay out of the game at that time, and now it's at the point where Aphelios is going to be that true carry. He has all of his items in his pocket, maxed out to the limit. And that is something real scary to deal with at any point in time. And with the Infernal Soul as well. And with the fact that they're getting, what is it, 4% per Infernal Drake? So you're getting 16% bonus damage with the explosions. I just saw that crit, 1,000 damage. Very nice. But that's going to be slapping onto everybody. And you're going to be having the AoE procs. Oh, but nice Sleepy Trouble Bubble comes in. Are they able to do damage? Oh my gosh, Stixxay, you just got slapped. But he was able to get away. Fragus making sure the rest of his team can create some space, create some time for Stixxay to get that confidence to come back in. But he's not going to be having it. There's the ultimate from Aphelios. There's the damage. Oh my lord. double kill over for Stixxay as Firefire is now running for his life. Deus is able to pick that one up. And the priority is here for CLG, pushing it into the mid lane. Phil and Fragus playing security. The bouncers of CLG saying, nah, this ain't your club no more. This is CLG territory. As Deus and Stixxay, the heroes of CLG, are coming and knocking on the doors of Evil Genius's Academy. The rest of Evil Geniuses are dead on the floor. Brandino, last one left, and a win! The first win for CLG.
Winless no longer is CLG as they move to 1-4. Gonna feel good about that one, securing the Dragon Soul. 7 dragons alone in that game. But there it is, only one winless team remains in the Academy League. With that, that's gonna do it for the day. Thank you to Coco the Dragon and Loud Thoughts for helping out with tonight's games. Be sure to drop them a follow on Twitter. We brought you as much of tonight's action as we could, but if you wanna see any of the matchups from beginning to end, the full games will be available on our LOL Esports VODs and Highlights YouTube channel. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Stay tuned, though, because we've got Dignitas and Cloud9 facing off before we go off the air. I'll be joined by Riv and TLA mid laner Yasui to break down that matchup. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I think a lot of students have just gotten another sense of how to belong and how to create relationships outside of what were the traditional avenues.
And a lot of my students talk about how they feel safe in the esports program, and that's their family, that's their community. And I think the esports gives kids a future that they might otherwise not have.
Man, I wish that had been available when I was in high school.